Welcome back to the GridLocked F1 podcast. It's been a while, but that's because there was a break in F1, a month break, unexpected. But now we're back for the Miami Grand Prix this weekend. And it's at a good time, finally, first time of the year. We don't have a middle of the night race.
At least
So,
for us.
how tapped in have you guys been in F1 during this break?
Not much, to be honest. There was some news. There was some news to happen over the break, though, right? I think
Tax fraud.
most. Oh yeah, all that stuff with the F1 drivers, or like
Are they gonna go to court or something, or is it overblown?
Couldn't imagine because imagine all of the drivers getting
Yeah, I think it's all of them except Kimi and Lindblad.
they're that new.
Well, you're saying of the ones that live in there, right?
Not all of the ones of all the drivers in the grid. They've all done the
Done
tax
it before.
evasion.
They've all done it before.
Tax fraud in interesting.
I think it was Monza or something has some or Italy in general has
What?
they have a tax if you race in Italy you need to pay a tax and
Why though?
What?
no one
For
paid it.
racing specifically?
That's like the craziest tax. They're not gonna arrest them no matter what. That's just I could never see in a million years that would never occur.
The reason Kimi and Lindblad haven't done it is because Lindblad hasn't driven yet and Kimi is Italian, so
Yeah.
Oh wait,
What?
so it's just if you're like a non-resident, then you have to pay the tax.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
There's some other news, right? Who's moving to McLaren from Red Bull?
Oh,
GP.
yeah.
Max
That's very sad.
Verstappen's. Yeah, kind of crazy. So I guess
Might
that
retire,
means
bro.
Max's future is kind of in jeopardy.
Well,
Not in jeopardy, but it's like we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't. He probably knows what he's gonna do, but we don't.
Oh, that's so sad, bro. GP. Why would he do that?
I
I mean,
think
Red Bull clearly has been messing up the season so far.
Yeah, Red Bull are gonna lock in.
I think that it's known within at least Red Bull and GP and stuff that Max will be probably leaving at that time frame, and he only wants to be with Max if he's at Red Bull. And I could never see him if Max is still there. Then I feel like that. What's it called? He would be staying with him. I could never see that really occurring.
Yeah. So that means either Max is leaving or Max is moving to McLaren in the next few years, which would be crazy.
So hypothetically, if he were to be brought to McLaren, who do you think would be bagged?
I don't know.
Oscar.
I think it just depends on how they perform.
It's Piastri.
Probably. I don't even think
Probably the good
Piastri would
driver
want to
swap.
stay at McLaren. I think Piastri wants to go to a different team anyway. I mean, after how they treat him, I think he'd also want to.
Okay, so now you want to go into talking about the race weekend? All right. So this week, it's in Miami, of course. I mean, some people may consider it a good track, some people may not. I personally think there's some good aspects to it. However, it's a bit boring at times. Right now, it's still Mercedes at the top.
Kimi at the top.
Kimi. Last year, he was on pole here. So could that be an indication?
Well, he was on pole for the sprint. That's different.
But yeah, this is
He
per
was on
race as
pole.
well.
I think we're in for an interesting race
Yeah.
because it seems like it's gonna be wet, and if it's too wet, it might even get canceled. Actually, not if it's too wet, but if the lightning ends up becoming bad, is what I've heard for the weather.
Hopefully, it's not bad weather.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'll
I don't want another week of F1 to be canceled.
I low-key want some light rain. I think light rain always makes it
it'd be interesting for them to race in some kind of weather condition because I mean we haven't even had that all year yet. I mean
we haven't.
It's only been 3 years.
We haven't had
3
much
races, but
racing.
We haven't had much.
Is it gonna rain during the
Weather, yeah.
sprint or the actual race?
This is a sprint week. I wasn't even thinking of this being a sprint weekend.
It's gonna rain during the sprint or the race. You know,
I'll look. When is the sprint on?
it'll be on Saturday.
No, Sunday. It's gonna be thundery as well, though. Heavy thunderstorm.
Both days.
No, I'm only seeing. Hold on, let me check a few forecasts. No, only Sunday.
Saturday should be good weather then.
Yeah, it'll be sunny. Heavy thunderstorms. 90% rain, 15-mile-an-hour winds. It's hot as well.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting race. Also, the teams, they've had a month of break, so they've probably developed their cars a lot during this time.
Yeah.
You expect any teams to jump up? Ferrari, Red Bull?
I mean, who made it clear that day? I mean, obviously every team definitely did some updates to their car, but who really made it
I
known?
think Ferrari.
Because I know McLaren was talking about how the MCL40 is completely different now. That's what they're saying. They could be just trying to hype it up more than it actually is. We don't know.
It is possible.
Yeah, I mean, the McLaren was not bad, to be honest. It was actually doing really well in Japan. Was it Japan? Right? They were holding, yeah, especially Piastri. Piastri almost had a chance of winning that. That was a crazy race, actually. Really entertaining Japan compared to last few years.
Yeah,
Should
there were
we?
some good overtakes. Also, I'm going to mention it, but the FIA, they introduced new rules regarding the 2026 regulations starting in Miami. I
What
think
is it?
they changed up the battery, stuff about it. Let me find out the exacts. Urgent sporting regulation tweaks aimed at reducing super clipping and enhancing safety. Changes include reduced energy harvesting from 8 megajoules to 7 megajoules, faster battery charging, 50 kilowatts,
Wait,
and
what?
stricter straight safety, wet weather, and race start protocols to improve driver control and reduce excessive speed differentials.
Wait, how
Yeah.
does that make sense that they decrease the amount of charging? You said from 8 to 7 or something, but then they said, or is that the size of the battery?
No, I think that's the total amount. Like how they did it in, I think they did it in qualifying in Japan, right? They brought
Hmm?
it to 8.
Wait, you said it. What about the battery was changed from 8 to 7 megajoules or something?
The
The size? Like the
energy
capacity?
harvesting.
So it's the amount they harvest per. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I thought you meant that it was. Okay, never mind.
You think this will fix some issues with the regulation, or will it not make
I
that
think it
much of a
will.
difference?
Hopefully.
I think it will, but at the end of the day, like it's really you can't do too much to fix kind of what we have with the cars.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be very noticeable. Like there may be some we won't see such like the Aldi Behrman crash. We won't see stuff like that to that extent.
Yeah, I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, keeping it safe.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to have a crash like that happen again this season.
Have you guys seen the new liveries and like driver suits?
Yeah, there's been a lot.
Papayas. Well, not
little tweaks. They added
Barney.
some
That's what I
color
meant.
at the back.
Yeah, the two Barney drivers.
That's Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
And then a V carb, the lemon thing.
I'm
Interesting
trying
livery.
to wait. Is there a picture of like all of them?
I don't think all of them have been released yet. Some driver suits.
I actually like
Sure.
it. I like the addition that Cadillac added to their car. The stars is nice. You know, I hope they
Yeah.
do that for every home race.
No, they should make that their regular livery.
Yeah, it would
Much
be
better.
nice.
We never see them during the race anyway.
That's true.
Okay, so going into predictions,
Mhm.
you want to start with sprint race winner. Who wants to start?
Let's. I don't know actually.
Aiden, you can start.
Let's say Kimi, I guess. Maybe it's a little bit of a safe pick, but I think last year, you know, maybe it's just
Yeah.
actual time to win it.
But I would say Kimmy as well. What about you, Cole? First sprint race winner.
You know what? I think I'll be different from y'all. I'll go with George.
All right, now let's do top 5 in the race. And this will
Okay.
be like a chaotic race with the rain too, so might be some changes.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be interesting. You know, for the past few years, it's been pretty McLaren dominant, at least the past two. So,
Mhm.
especially because I think their car is like decently up there. It's obviously not better than Ferrari or Mercedes, but it's probably third. So if it's in the rain, there's always potential for it to mix up. I still think that, I don't know, since who's historically good at.
McLaren will win the race.
I think they'll be on the podium again. I'm gonna say I think George is probably gonna come back. Maybe. I guess George, then Piastri, probably Kimi, and then we'll go Lando, Leclerc. But yeah, I'm trying to think if the rain would switch any of those up, because I feel like that is also very potential. Actually, no, that would be okay in the rain. That wouldn't make sense if it was a dry race, because I think it would be a Mercedes one too.
Mercedes. I also think that with the rain, more experienced drivers might come on top, or there might be some switches up in the top.
Do you think Red Bull will actually be successful for a weekend?
Red Bull, hopefully they made some upgrades to the car because I want to see them be good. But I would say George wins because Kimi, I don't know.
Kimi has
That would
less
be-
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say
so-
George would win given the circumstances. P2, not gonna lie, I was gonna say Piastri too, so I might just say Piastri. Then P3, maybe I'll go Leclerc or Hamilton.
Okay. Interesting.
I have a feeling that one of the top runners will crash out during the race.
Like during the race.
Yes.
I mean, well, obviously during the race, but like, so you're leaving someone out specifically.
I'm gonna leave Kimmy out. I
In the
don't know
rain,
why.
how has he been? I mean, when Australia rained, he actually handled it pretty well. He's the only rookie to
Yeah,
finish.
I don't know why. I'm imagining it right now. He crashes and he goes on the radio. He's like, "I'm sorry, Bono. I'm sorry, Bono."
I have a feeling that because of like there was a few people who passed away more recently, and I
Passed
feel like
away.
not in Formula One directly, but like the other FIA regulated sports. So I feel like if it does get to a point of where rain is like remotely concerning to where someone would crash, I think they would call like red flag it.
Well, yeah, but I think it's more the fact that there's lightning, and then you can't have the safety helicopter.
Safety helicopter.
I think that's what I saw.
That's
Huh.
their what?
Wait, I don't. Maybe not safety helicopter, just
They just have
helicopter.
broadcast helicopters now.
That's
Oh yeah,
probably what-
broadcast.
No, it is medical helicopter, just in case. They
Well,
always
just in case.
because they might need an airlift.
They have one in the air at all times.
Well, they have one on standby, I think.
That's valid, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
no,
I mean,
a medical helicopter is mandatory at every Grand Prix, and is always on standby. That's how they airlifted like a few. I think they did that for a few drivers. I know Senna, when he crashed, they used the helicopter, and I think that's a pretty good safety measure to have.
I put Verstappen P5, and then I'm gonna put
Or
Lando P5, and then my surprise
no
will be
Ferraris.
I
Wait,
put
did you
Leclerc
say
P3,
Ferrari? Oh yeah, you did.
and I'll put surprise Verstappen.
Yeah.
Did you give your surprise?
Oh, I didn't give my surprise. Maybe I'll say Pierre. I think Pierre.
Pierre, interesting.
Pierre, dude, he's P8 in the standings. He's above Max right now.
I think
He's
we're
doing
gonna
good.
have a weekend going. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna start off with P2. I think Max is gonna be P.
So who's P1?
P1,
Really? Thank you.
Interesting.
P3
appreciate
George, P3
that.
George,
Prediction.
and then following that, I do have a feeling Kimmy. There's a strong chance Kimmy might crash. So I don't know if I would want to put him in there. Max is going to be my surprise driver here with his performance. For 4 and 5, I'll put Leclerc and maybe Leclerc and Lando. And Leclerc 4, Lando 5.
None of us have Hamilton up there.
Hamilton could be.
Okay. Is there anything else about the race that you're looking forward to particularly?
I'm just interested to see how all these upgrades pan out.
I just want to see if any team can make a big improvement, how McLaren did a couple years ago. I think Miami was the race that McLaren became that powerhouse team. Miami 2023. Okay, so I think that is it for this podcast episode for this race. Comment down below what your predictions are, your thoughts on the video. Like and subscribe. We're almost at 450 subscribers. Yeah, stay locked in.
Stay locked
Stay
in.
locked in.